Greetings, everybody, and welcome to our special live Yin Yoga class today. I want to welcome you and also give gratitude for being a part of this YouTube community. Recently, we surpassed 400,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel, and I decided to do a survey and ask people, what can I do to teach a class to just give back, just as a gesture of gratitude? And you had one group that wanted power yoga and one group that wanted yin yoga. So in order to accommodate the majority of most people, I decided to do one of both. So yesterday we did a power yoga class, and today we will be doing a yin yoga class. If you're new to yin yoga, we will be holding deep stretches for about 3 to 5 minutes. Have your yoga mat ready, any props that you want, bolsters, pillows, blocks, straps, all of that's optional. So whatever you have, whatever you want to use, all good. We're going to get started here just in a few moments. Just let everybody kind of get in and get settled. Now, because I'm doing audio through my AirPods, there's no music that I'm providing, but if you would like some music, feel free to turn that on through your laptop or your phone, your stereo, whatever you have. Feel free to take a few moments to do that, and we'll get started here very, very soon. If you haven't already, feel free to drop a comment in the live chat. Let me know where you're practicing from. I've been seeing all the comments rolling in. I have my computer right here, and looks like all over the world here to do yin yoga. Some of you are like me in Los Angeles. Some of you are in other parts of the world where it's already nighttime, which is always a great time to be doing yin yoga. It's 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. But hey, anytime you can do yin yoga is a good time, right? Especially on a Sunday. All right, so let's go ahead and begin. If you have a block or a pillow, a bolster, something to sit on, feel free to grab that. We're going to start off with a little bit of breath work. And this particular breathing technique and practice that we'll be doing is what I call yin alternate nostril breath. So I'll explain it real quick here and then we'll jump into it. But essentially what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our left nostril and then breathe out through the right nostril and then repeat that. So inhale left and exhale right. And the reason for that is the left side is the yin side. So we're increasing that yin energy as we inhale that way. And then we're decreasing the yang energy by breathing out the right side. And we're going to do that for maybe a couple of minutes here. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat. Allow your spine to be upright, but not uptight. And just feel the body relax. Feel your mind at ease. And to begin, let's go ahead and take a nice, deep, full inhale through the nose, filling the lungs up with breath. And then out the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Sigh out all that air. And we'll do two more, just clearing the slate. So inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it all go. Good. One last time. Inhale, draw the breath all the way down to the lower lobes of your lungs. And then out the mouth, exhale, sigh out any unwanted tension, stress, let it go. And then we'll begin yin alternate nostril breath. So take your right thumb, seal your right nostril shut. Inhale through your left nostril for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in for a few moments. As you're holding, seal the left nostril with your right ring finger, lift up the right thumb, and then breathe out the right side now for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal the right nostril, right thumb. Breathe in through the left nostril. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath in at the top. Seal the left nostril. Open up the right. Exhale through the right now for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Seal the right nostril. Breathe in through the left. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale out the right side for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale through the right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale left for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale out the right for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Couple more rounds. Inhale left for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale out the right for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhale left for 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax your right hand down. Take a big inhale through both nostrils. Flood the lungs with breath. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it all go. Close the eyes. Awareness inward inside as you tap in to that inner sanctuary. So imagine and feel that within yourself, within you, not outside of you, not a physical external location, but inside of you is this place, this environment, and this sanctuary of safety, of comfort, of peace, of serenity, and of nourishment. And dedicate this practice, this Yin Yoga practice today, of residing deep within that inner sanctuary that maybe you haven't visited, maybe you've been disconnected from for a very long time, maybe even your whole entire life. But now having this homecoming, this reunion to this part of you, this dimension of you that's always there to take care of you. Beautiful. From here, go ahead and slowly open up the eyes. And then we'll come into our very first Yin Yoga pose, which will be Sphinx pose. So if you have your prop, just slide that off to the side. Come down onto your belly. Release the tops of the feet. Slide the elbows forward. Forearms parallel to each other. Extend back through your toes. And then from here, just coming into just a little Yin Yoga backward bend. Yin Yoga backward bend. You can take the skin of your forearms and gently draw that back. And it may be very subtle, but as you do that, notice how your chest, your sternum moves forward a little bit more. So you create a little bit more length in the thoracic part of the spine. And allow the chin to dip down a little bit so you create a little bit more space, a little bit more room at the top of the neck and the base of the skull where those two areas join together. And as you get settled into the pose, we're going to be here In this pose, and really all these poses, typically for about 3 to 5 minutes. And the reason is that after about 90 seconds, we initiate that powerful phase change where we move from the external superficial muscles into the deep fascia. And through that long, slow, sustained, pressurized effect, we trigger a whole domino of internal events that goes to make that inner fascia more resilient, stronger, and more supple. And then, along with that opening breathing practice that we did, we're also accessing the deep autonomic nervous system and the dimension or the branch of that nervous system that's associated with growth and repair and renewal. And we know that in order to achieve true longevity, balance, wholeness, health, and well-being, we have to have the balance of those two aspects of yin and yang, strong forms of movement and gentle forms of movement like we're doing right now. Feel free to close the eyes if that feels right. And again, staying connected to that inner sanctuary that exists within. In the Shaolin tradition, there was a young disciple eager to attain spiritual awakening. Seeking guidance, he approached his Shaolin master and asked, "How can I awaken spiritually?" The master didn't respond with words, but simply by the action of offering him an empty teacup. The disciple was a little bit surprised. He expected a profound answer, but found the teacup to be nothing but empty. Perplexed, he questioned the master. The master gently replied, "In order to attain true spiritual awakening, empty your mind of all attachments, preconceptions, desires, and create space and emptiness for boundless wisdom, insight, and clarity to arise." And so often, what allows our practice to become so powerful is simply by getting out of the way of ourselves, emptying the mind, and just allowing that deep wisdom that exists within to have an opportunity to be heard, to be experienced. From here, take one last inhale in Sphinx. And then on the exhale, gently and slowly lower the chest and the chin down. And just relax your forehead all the way down onto your yoga mat and take a few moments here to just feel that reverberation up and down and along your spine, through your back muscles. So you feel the echo of what you just did. Good. And then slide the hands back by your ribs. And then we'll make our way back to a child's pose. So child's pose, we'll open the knees towards the outer edges of the mat. We'll bring the big toes together. If your knees are sensitive, you could always put a blanket or a towel to go underneath your knees and your shins. You could put a pillow on top of your heels underneath your hips here. And then eventually you'll just bring your forehead either down onto a block or the floor. You could also put pillows underneath your chest, your forehead, turn your gaze off to the side. So I want to encourage you to adapt these positions to what feels right for you, and to also just know that my pose may look different than your pose, and that that's totally okay. One of the great things about yoga is how it's not a one size fits all approach. So often we hear certain diets that are supposedly supposed to be good for everybody, but in Ayurvedic wisdom, the sister science to yoga, probably the reason why that modality has lasted so long is because it says that each individual is incredibly unique and therefore needs their own unique prescription. So you want to prescribe your body for what you need right now in this moment, right here, right now. Typically, in a yin yoga pose, you're looking for about 40% of your stretch. So, never overdoing it, never pushing or being forceful, but just taking a more relaxed approach. Good. Now we're going to come into another variation here of child's pose. So, take the arms over to the right and take your torso, your chest over to the right as well. You may even lift your left hand up and place it on top of your right hand. And then just relax the forehead down, back onto your block, your prop, or onto the floor as you feel that stretch across the whole entire left side of your torso. And then you can breathe into where you feel the stretch taking place. So, one of the things that people often find challenging about yin yoga, similar to a meditation practice, is that within the long holds, how the mind drifts away, how the mind often wanders. So it can be very helpful to have these anchors. One powerful anchor that you can use is to anchor into your breath, just watching the inhales and watching the exhalations. Another anchor can be sensation that you're feeling as you move in and out of the different postures and positions. So you may feel a specific sensation across your left ribs, maybe tightness or a certain type of pressure. And then you can just breathe into what you're feeling. So know that the quality of your experience has everything to do with the quality of your focus, your concentration, your attention, and your presence. Beautiful. Let's do the same thing to the other side. Crawl all the way over to the left. Maybe lift the right hand, place it on top of the left hand. And now stretch the right side of the torso. And then now bring the arms back down the middle, coming full circle. Take a last few breaths here. Good. Now, go ahead and ease your way all the way up to tabletop pose, all fours position. So stacking your shoulders above your wrist, setting your knees beneath your hips. And on an inhale, nice and smoothly, drop the belly, pull the heart forward and out. And then on the exhale, round in, curling the chin in towards the top of the chest, spreading through the shoulder blades. And then on your own, cat and cow, just allowing the breath to lead and guide the movement. So feel your breath, your body, your mind, everything coalescing and working together in a state of harmony. If you flow through a few more rounds of these, if you like, you can do it as well with those eyes closed. Continuing to keep that relationship unbroken to that inner sanctuary. Come back to a neutral spine. Crawl the knees forward a little bit. Cross the feet behind you. Release down onto those sit bones. Extend your left leg forward, setting up for half butterfly. So for this one, bring the sole of your right foot up to your inner left thigh, your inner left leg. So right knees opening out to the right, right hips and external rotation, left hip, neutral rotation. Take your arms up above you on the inhale. And then just begin to fold over and down on the exhale. Again, about 40% of your full range of motion, research shows, is the most effective for increasing flexibility or limb range of motion. Bruce Lee said that in martial arts, flexibility conquers strength. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we want both. We want our bodies to be strong, which comes from that yang energy, but we also want the body to be supple, to have the ability to move in all the beautiful ways that it was meant to be moved in. And so that flexibility is a natural byproduct from our Yin Yoga practice. So just continue to sink into the experience, allowing that mind to drop deeper and deeper into that state of profound presence. Take your time. Slowly begin to exit out of the half butterfly by crawling the hands back in. And again, feeling the echo of what you just did. And then now moving into our next yin pose, we'll come into half saddle. So right knee for a moment will face the sky. You may need to slide forward towards the top of your yoga mat a little bit. And then we're going to take the right foot, we're going to bring it back by the outer right hip. So right foot back by your outer right hip. And if this is intense for your right knee, you can always put a blanket or a folded towel to go underneath your left sit bone. And then you're just going to stay right here. You're probably feeling the stretch, and that's plenty. If you feel like you want more, you can start to lean back onto your hands. I'm going to get a bolster here, put the bolster behind my back. And then that just becomes something that I can recline back onto. But again, remember, for some of you, this variation may be too much. Some of you may not even want the bolster and you just come all the way down onto the floor. Sometimes that feels really good for myself as well. So find your dosage of medicine, not too much, not too little. Continuing to honor what you're feeling as you allow the top of the right foot, your right knee, your right thigh. And for those of you that are leaning back, also your sacrum and your lower back area, an opportunity to get that healing touch. Half saddle pose. And if you're leaning back, begin to initiate the process, no rush, of starting to come all the way back up. Keep the right leg where it is. Take the sole of your left foot and bring it high up to your inner right thigh. Take your left hand and bring it towards the floor behind you, coming up onto your left fingertips. Take your right hand to your outer left knee, left thigh. And then on an inhale, gently draw and lengthen up tall through your chest. And then on the exhale, gently turn into your twists. When we find that balance of yin and yang, this is the source of all health and all vitality. And in a deep way, you're replenishing your fascia, your joints, your connective tissues, and even the bones with what the Taoists call qi and what the yogis call prana. There's a Taoist saying that says health is when qi is at the right place in the right amount at the right time. So let's allow that intention of that qi in the right amount, the right place, at the right time to continue to invoke that powerful healing response within the body. This one will be a little bit of a shorter hold, so we'll be here for about another minute or so. We'll give that one last little squeeze. Turn the gaze forward. Lean to the left a little bit. Extend your right leg straight out in front of you, letting the blood release and flush down through the right knee. From here, we'll take the left ankle and we'll set it on top of the right knee, right thigh, setting up for fire log pose. Right foot will bend underneath the outer left knee. Modifications can be where you cross your left shin in front of your right shin, cross-leg style, or grabbing a blanket or a towel, putting that underneath the hips, elevating the hips a little bit. Could be helpful for a lot of bodies as well. And as you're ready, take those arms and reach those all the way up on the inhale. And then begin to fold over and down on the exhale. You can always grab a couple blocks or some props, put your forearms on top of that. You can even get creative and create like a whole tower depending on your mobility, your flexibility. Some of you may want to rest your forehead on top of that block as well. And again, that intention of bringing your awareness inward inside. In the Stoic tradition in ancient Rome, there was a young philosopher, and he had dedicated his life to the pursuit of seeking wisdom and virtue. He believed that the key to life was mastering one's own inner world, of becoming empowered and finding contentment within. He heard of a distant island where a legendary sage was said to reside. The sage was rumored to possess extraordinary wisdom and deep insight. So determined to learn from this sage, this young Stoic philosopher embarked on a long, arduous, sometimes dangerous voyage across the sea. And after many, many weeks, he finally arrived at the island. He was guided to a simple hut on the island where the sage lived. He expected to find a wise old man filled with profound teachings, but to his surprise, This sage was a simple fisherman, living a very modest life. His hut was sparsely furnished. There were no fancy books, ancient scrolls, elaborate rituals, just the simplicity of everyday life. He approached the sage and he said, I traveled across the seas to learn from you, hoping to find profound wisdom, yet I see no grand teachings or elaborate practices. What is your secret to inner peace and contentment? The sage smiled and said, my secret, dear traveler, is that I found that everything I could ever want exists within the sanctuary that resides inside of me. It's from here that I've learned to embrace the present moment, to accept the vicissitudes of life with an equanimous mind, an open heart, and to find contentment within the most simple of things. My feet on the sand, beautiful sunrise or sunset, the fruit that I place in my mouth, the rice that fills my stomach. The young philosopher was taken aback by the sage's words. He realized that he had been searching for something outside of himself, hoping to find answers in distant lands and complex philosophies. But this wise sage had shown him that true wisdom and contentment were not found in external pursuits, but only within the sanctuary that exists within. One of the great gifts of this practice is bringing you back home within yourself, so that no matter where you are, no matter who you're with, you're always at peace. You're always at home within yourself. This is our opportunity to simply remember that. Go ahead and ease your way all the way back up. Bring the hands onto the floor behind you, feet flat on the ground, knees to the sky. A little counter stretch here. We'll windshield wiper the knees side to side several times. Ah, good. And the knees back to neutral. Extend your right leg forward, half butterfly. Sole of the left foot high up to the inner right leg, right thigh. Arms come up, on an inhale. And then fold over and down to your own degree on the exhale. You may use a strap or a towel, lasso that around your right foot here if that's helpful. You may grab your right knee, shin, ankle, foot. Again, whatever works for you. Step 1, you find your edge. Step 2, find the stillness. Still in the body, still in the mind. And step 3, you yield to that gentle river of time, knowing that the longer you hold it, the deeper you go. And the deeper you go, the deeper you heal. And the deeper you heal, the better you're going to feel. Patience is truly a virtue, especially in a Yin Yoga practice. Beautiful. Slowly exit out of half butterfly. And then now, half saddle. Left knee up. Left foot bends back by the outer left hip. If that's intense, maybe put some support underneath your right hip, and that'll help pull the weight out of just that left knee. If you're using a bolster or some pillows behind you, get that set. And then go ahead and lean back. Lean back, half saddle pose. If you're leaning back, arms could be down by your sides. You could also cactus the arms if you want to get a nice little expansion across your chest and your heart. And the heart in yoga is said to be the seat of the soul, or what we call Atman. And probably for a lot of us, when we think and reflect upon our own inner sanctuary, we probably feel that in the middle of the chest and the heart. And it's from that inner sanctuary that we come into a place that water cannot wet, that fire cannot burn, that wind cannot blow, and that earth cannot crush. Because it's this dimension that's transcendent of all the elements and exists beyond time, place, and space. And the more connected we are with this dimension that's timeless and eternal within, the more courage, the more joy, and the more peace we feel. All right, that's it for the half saddle recline. Go ahead and come all the way back up. And then from here, we'll bring the sole of the right foot high up to the inner left thigh. Take the right hand behind you, left hand to your outer right knee, right thigh. As you inhale, elevate up through your chest. And then as you exhale, turn into that twist. We'll be here for about maybe a minute and a half or so. And maybe we can take this moment right here, right now, being that we're all live. We're all live, connected through the YouTube yoga studio. People from all around the world, a few hundred people, I believe, all in this moment right here, right now, moving through the landscape of their bodies, taking time to slow down, and you think about all the world's problems right now. Has so much to do with the dysfunctional ego and the lack of slowing down and being with yourself. Very often, when we find and we achieve harmony within ourselves, harmony with our brain and our hearts, harmony with every dimension of ourselves, it's that harmony that begins to radiate and pervade into the external and outer spaces, which is why it's so important on a daily basis to carve that time out of our day where we're doing what we need to do to come back to the inner sanctuary, to come back to that inner harmony, and to know that that does have an impact on the whole entire world. Give that one last little squeeze. Turn the gaze forward, keep the weight distributed over to the right, so then you can extend your left leg forward out in front of you. And then we'll lift the right foot up, place it on top of the left knee, fire log pose. Other side. If you want to modify, you can cross right shin in front of left shin. Put support underneath the hips. When you're ready, arms up on the inhale. And then fold over and down on the exhale. Fire log pose. Now, if you're like many people, this can be an intense and challenging pose. You can feel a lot to feel. I see it all the time, comments here on YouTube or questions people come up to me and ask me at a class or yoga retreat about being in a pose like this and having some sort of release, an emotional release, and being a little bit freaked out about that. But because the body and the mind and the heart are all connected, all that we've moved through in our life, our body is a map of, it's an inventory of every experience we've ever moved through. And part of being human is that we all have moved through experiences that have been intense and challenging and even overwhelming at times. And when we haven't been able to effectively process that, it's gotten stored within the connective tissues and the deep fascia of the body. And so there you are in a yin yoga pose, holding it a good few minutes. And then finally something starts to get released and you feel it physically. And that's the power of the practice. So in those moments of release, if and when it does happen, just trust the process, keep breathing, and know that your body and your heart knows how to let go of that which is no longer serving and obstructing those very qualities that you wish to strengthen and reinforce within you. Nice, everybody. Slowly ease your way out of the fire log. Uncross the legs, feet flat, knees to the sky. Windshield wiper those knees side to side. Thomas Merton said there are few who are willing to belong completely to such silence, to let it soak into their bones, and to breathe nothing but silence, to feed on silence, and to turn the very substance of their life into a living and vigilant silence. Bring the knees back to neutral, extend the legs out in front of you. And then go ahead and recline onto the back as you hug your right knee, right thigh into the belly. Take the right arm, extend it over to the right, left hand on the outer right knee as you guide the right knee over to the left to a reclining twist. And we'll be here for about a minute or so, so a little bit of a shorter hold. When I'm doing yin, I like to turn the gaze the same direction that bent knee is going, just so that it feels more gentle in the neck. Feel free to explore that if that works for you. And allow that silence to soak into your bones. Right knee all the way back up to neutral. Left knee in to join the right, right leg forward. Left arm out to the left. And then left knee comes over to the right. And left knee all the way back up to neutral. Hug both knees into the belly. And then now we'll come into a corpse pose. So extend the legs out, open the arms out equidistantly from the center line of your spine. Take your time to get comfortable if you want to put a blanket over the body or cover the eyes with something. Whatever you need to do to find comfort and ease. In yoga, what we call sukha. And then from here, we'll take one last conscious deep inhale through the nose, fill the lungs up with breath. And then out the mouth, exhale, side out, let it go. And for these last few minutes, just drop deep into that inner sanctuary. Stillness, silence, serenity, source, Shavasana. Take a deeper inhale through the nose. And then out the mouth, exhale, let it go. Draw the knees back into the belly, bringing with you whatever it is that you just dropped into. And then from here, gently rock and roll your way up to a last final comfortable seat. As you come up to seated, bring your hands to prayer position in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Sit up tall, slightly bow the forehead down, eyes closed. Giving gratitude to the Yin practice for bringing you back to that inner sanctuary, that home exists within. As Rumi said, wear gratitude like a cloak, and it will touch every corner of your life. So feel that gratitude for your practice. Feel that gratitude for your breath. Feel that gratitude for your life. And feel that gratitude for this community. Much health, much wealth, much love to you. Namaste. All right, everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining me for this special Yin Yoga practice. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. Drop a comment and let me know how your Yin Yoga practice was. And thanks again for being a part of this community. And keep an eye out for more content continuing to roll out. Our goal is to spread yoga and meditation and daily wisdom to as many people as possible. So I want to thank you for being a part of that. What else? I mean, that's probably about it. I'm feeling kind of yoga stoned after that Yin Yoga. So the mind isn't switched back on, but it feels kind of nice. Thanks again, you guys. Much love, and look forward to reconnecting down the road very, very soon. Be well.